Good day! Welcome to our video report presentation for the midterm requirement of Group 1. We will be discussing two prominent companies in the food and beverage industry, Universal Lubina Corporation and Mundi Nissin Corporation. Our objective is to provide you with valuable insights into the financial performance and key aspects of these companies. Through our analysis, we aim to shed on light their liquidity, asset utilization, financial leverage, and profitability ratio. Universal Urbina Corporation, a well-established player in industry, has demonstrated a strong presence both locally and internationally. On the other hand, Mundi Nissin Corporation has rapidly gained recognition for its innovative products and global expansion. Throughout this video report, we will be delved into the financial ratio of both companies, examining their liquidity position, asset utilization, efficiency, financial leverage, and profitability. By comparing and contrasting this aspect, we can gain comprehensive understanding of their respective financial performance. We will present our findings, conclusion, and recommendation, highlighting their strengths and areas for improvement. Our aim is to provide valuable insight that can assist these companies in making informed decisions and driving sustainable growth. Let's begin our exploration of Universal Rubina Corporation and Mundi Nissin Corporation's financial performance.
Good day everyone! I am the second presenter of this video presentation. So by the way, I am Generous A. Ganda. And additionally, to other you about the short background of Universal Rubina Corporation. URC success can be attributed to its continuous growth, strategic acquisitions, and market leadership. The company is dedicated to delivering excellent products and meeting the evolving needs of consumers in the Philippines and beyond. So, what are the some of the branded consumer foods product manufactured and distributed by Universal Rubina Corporation? So, here are some of the popular brands and products categories. So, it includes first is the snacks. So URL offers a variety of snacks products including chips, crackers, and popcorns. Some well-known brands include Jack and Jill Piatos, Nova, Chippy, and Roller Coaster. So the second one is the candies. So URS produce a range of candies including hard candies, chewy candies, and lollipops. So popular brands in this category include Jack and Jill Magic, Max, and Fun-O. So the third one is the chocolates. So URS offers a selection of chocolates products including chocolate bars, chocolate-covered biscuits, and chocolate coke snacks. Notable brands include Cloud9, Chewy Choco, and Dynamite. Fourth one is the ready-to-drink, or the URC produce a variety of ready-to-drink beverages such as fruit juices and energy drinks. Well-known brands include C2, Greatest, and Greatest. So the fifth one is the biscuits. So URC manufactures a range of biscuits, cookies, and crackers. Popular brands include Cream O, Magic Crackers, and Hansel. So the sixth one is the noodles. The URC produce instant noodles in various flavors and styles. Notable brands in this category include Nissin Cup Noodles, Payless, and Lucky Me. And the last one is the coffee. So URC offers a selection of coffee products including instant coffee mixes and 3-in-1 coffee sachets. Popular brands include Great Taste and Blend 45. So those are the branded consumer food products manufactured and distributed by Universal Rubina Corporation.
So good day everyone, I am Nonel Securities from 3FMD and I will discuss to you the financial ratio analysis of Universal Robina Corporation for the year of 2022. Number 1, liquidity ratio. Current ratio. Formula, current assets divide current liabilities. So the current asset is 80,154,694 pesos. Then divide in current liability, which is 49,400,860,422 pesos. So the current ratio of 2022 is equal to 1.62:1. So for every piso current liabilities, the firm has 1.62 current asset to pay its current maturing obligation. B. Quick ratio. Formula, quick asset divide current liabilities. The quick asset is 35,206,853,562 and divide into current liability, which is 49,400,860,422. So the result is 0.71. So for every piece of current liabilities, the firm has 0.71 quick assets to pay its current maturing obligation. Utilization. Receivable turnover ratio. Formula, net sales divide average account receivable. In getting the average account receivable, you simply add the current year and the previous year and divide into 2. Net sales is equal to 149,903,643,832. Divide in account receivables, which is 21,959,634,905 pesos plus 16,766,426,332 pesos. Divide into 2, which is an result is 19,003,619 pesos, and you simply divide it. The result is 7.75 times. So the firm is able to collect its receivable 7.75 times or 8 times in a year. And in getting the average collection period, you simply divide the number of days in a year, then divide it into the result in receivable turnover, which is 7.75. So you simply divide it. 365 divide 7.75 is equal to 47.9 days or 47 days. Inventory turnover ratio. The formula of inventory turnover ratio is cost of goods sold divide average inventory. So in getting the average inventory, you simply add the previous year and the current year into the previous year, which is 486,987,863 plus 38,64,661,840 divide into 2, which is an result is 33,255,824,352 pesos. So you simply divide it, the cost of goods sold and the average, which is 110,463,463,075 pesos divide 33,255,824,352 pesos. The result is 3.33. So, and inventories are sold 3.33 times or 3 times in a year. Say fixed asset turnover ratio. Formula net sales divide average fixed asset. So net sales is 149,903,643,832 pesos divide 58,250,207,321 pesos. So the result is 2.57. For every 1 PPE acquired and used, the firm has generated 2.57 sales revenue. The total assets turnover ratio formula net sales over divide average total asset. You simply divide it 149,903,643,832 pesos divide into 161 million a billion 700 million 50,629 pesos. The result is 0.91. 0.91 sales revenue was generated with the use of one total asset. That's all. Thank you.
Morning. I am Janice Angurin. Now, I will explain the financial leverage ratio. A debt to equity ratio is equals to total liabilities that divided to total equity. For 2022, 49,400,860,422 pesos is divided to 115,970,341,095 pesos is equals to 0.43. The interpretation, for every 1 peso firm's capital of 0.43 is from debt. Next is the debt ratio for 2022. Total liabilities is divided to total assets. 49,400,860,422 is divided to 169,953,629,407 pesos is equals to 0.29. And the interpretation, for every 1 peso assets of the company was borrowed or was provided by the creditors the total of 0.43. See profitability ratio. Gross profit margin. Gross profit margin for 2022. Gross profit divided to net sales. 349,217,179,757 pesos is divided to 149,903,643,832 pesos is equals to 0.26 is to 1. So the interpretation, this indicates the ability of the firm to control production costs of inventories and determine if the markups are sufficient to cover up operating expenses. We proceed for the net profit ratio. Net profit margin for 2022 is equals to net income divided to net sales. 14,471,288,065 pesos divided to 149,903,643,832 pesos is equals to 0.96. The interpretation, for every 1 peso sales revenue, it yielded 0.96 pesos of net income. Return to assets ratio. Return of assets ratio is equals to the net income divided to average total assets. So, 14,471,288,065 pesos divided to 161,700,050,691 pesos is divided to 0.1 is to 1. The interpretation, for every 1 peso asset, use, it yielded to 0.1 of net income. On my part is the return on equity ratio. The formula, net income divided to average shareholders' equity. For 2022, 14,471,288,065 pesos divided to 112,869,037,463 pesos. For 2022, the return on equity ratio is 0.13 is to 1. The interpretation for every 1 peso of invested capital, it yielded 0.13 of net income.
Good day, everyone. I'm Hanajia G. Canoy, and my topic is all about Nissen Corporation. Nissen Corporation short background. Nissen Corporation is a global food and beverages company headquartered in the Philippines, with a portfolio of iconic and market-leading brands across fast-growing categories, including instant noodles, biscuits, packaged baked goods, culinary aids, and alternative meat products. Nissen aspires to improve the well-being of people and the planet, and create sustainable solutions for food security. These core values are reflected in our product innovations and operations to deliver societal value and contributions to sustainable development. We are actively developing a healthier portfolio and providing consumer education and engagement on health and nutrition. Next is the Nissen Corporation Statement of Financial Position and Income Statement. The Statement of Financial Position of Nissen Corporation. And this is the income statement of Nissen Corporation. Next is the financial ratio analysis of Nissen Corporation for the year 2022. So first is liquidity ratio. Liquidity ratio consists of two categories. First is current ratio. So the formula of current ratio is current assets divided by current liabilities. So the current assets is 32,332,816, and the current liabilities is 14,751,601. So equals 2.19 is to 1. So for every 1 peso current liabilities, the firm has 2.19 current assets to pay its current maturity obligations. Next is quick ratio. So the formula of quick ratio is quick assets divided by current liabilities. So 11,628,627 plus 6,800,309 divided by 14,751,601 equals 18,428,936 divided by 14,751,601. So equals 1.24 is to 1. So for every 1 peso current liabilities, the firm has 1.24 quick assets to pay its current maturity obligations. Next is asset utilization ratio. So the first is receivable turnover ratio. So the formula is net sales divided by average account receivable. So first is the net sales. So net sales is 73,880,709 divided by the average accounts receivable is 6,248,733 plus 6,800,309 divided by 2 equals 73,880,709 divided by 6,524,520.5 equals 11.32. So the firm is able to collect its receivable 11.32 times or 11 times a year. That's all. Thank you.
Good morning everyone, my name is Christian Erlilang and I'm from 3FMD and I'll be discuss the financial ratio analysis of Mond Nissen Corporation year 2022. Average collection period formula 365 days divide receivable turnover. 365 divide 11.32. The result is 32.24 days. Interpretation: collection of accounts receivable is made every 32.24 days or 32 days. Inventory turnover ratio formula cost of goods sold divide average inventory. 2022 50 billion 920 million 755.10 thousand 878 570 pesos plus 8 billion 572 million 363 thousand is divided by 2. Year 2022 50 billion 920 million 755,000 divided by 9 billion 725 million and 466.5 thousand. So the result by 2022 is 5.23. The interpretation: inventories are sold by 5.23 times or 5 times a year. Then next, fixed asset turnover ratio formula net sales divide average net PPA. So in the year 2022 73 billion 880 million 709.30 thousand 863 and 507 pesos plus 29 billion 952 million 260,000 is divided by 2. Year 2022 73 billion 880 million 709,000 divide 30 billion 407 million 883.5 thousand equals to 2.42. Interpretation: for every PPA acquired or used, the firm has generate by 2.42 sales revenue. Then last is total asset turnover ratio formula net sales divide average total asset. Year 2022 73 billion 880 million 709.81 thousand 292 and 373 pesos plus 99 billion 857 million 628 thousand. So in year 2022 wala na siya, so ato din siya ini divide sa 73 billion 880 million 709,000 divide 90 billion 575 million .005 is equal to 0.81. So the interpretation here is 0.81 sales revenue was generated with the use of 1 peso total asset. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I am Joyce Adahan and this is my part. Financial leverage ratio. A. Debt to equity ratio. This is the formula of debt to equity ratio. Total liabilities divide total equity. 2022 is 49 billion 400 million 860,422 divide 115 billion 970,341,095, and the total is 0.43. And the interpretation is for every 1 pesos firm's capital, 0.43 pesos is from debt. And B, debt ratio for 2022. This is the formula of debt ratio for 2022 is also total liabilities divide total assets. 49,400,860,422 divide 169,953,629,407, and the total is 0.29. And the interpretations is for every 1 pesos assets of the company as 0.43 pesos was borrowed or was provided by the creditors.
So hello everyone, I am Mary Grace Arsenal and I am going to present to you the profitability ratio of our chosen company. So first, we are going to determine the gross profit margin for the year 2022. So we have here the formula of the gross profit margin. We have gross profit over the net sales. So for the year 2022, we have the gross profit of 39,217,179,757, while we have the net sales of 149,903,643,832 pesos. So if we are going to compute for the gross profit margin, we are going to divide the gross profit by the net sales, and we will have a result of 0.26. We have the ratio of 0.26 is to 1, and this indicates the ability of the firm to control production cost of inventories and determine if the markups are sufficient to cover up the operational expenses. Next, we are going to compute for the net profit ratio. So we have here the formula, net income over sales. So for the year 2022, we have the net income of 14,471,288,065 pesos. And for the net sales, you have 149,903,643,832 pesos. So if we are going to compute for the net profit ratio, we are going to divide the net income by the net sales. So we have here the result of 0.96 is to 1. Now this means that for every 1 peso of the sales revenue, it yielded to 0.96 of the net income, and that is so good for a company.
Let's move on to return on assets. So return on assets is the formula is net income divided by average total assets. So to get the average total asset, the formula is current total asset plus previous total asset divided by 2. The current total asset is equals to 81,292,373 plus the previous total asset is equals to 99,857,628 divided by 2 is equals to 90,575,500. So let us go back to the return of assets ratio. So the formula is net income divided by average total asset. So the net income negative 13,014,516 divided by the average total asset is equals of 90,575,000.5. The result is negative 0.14.
For every piso assets used, it yielded negative 0.14 net income. Next is return on equity. The formula of return on equity is net income divided by average shareholders equity. So, to get the average shareholders equity, the formula is current shareholders equity plus previous shareholders equity divided by 2. The current shareholders equity is 52,271,184 plus the previous shareholders equity is 68,415,580 divided by 2. The result is 60,343,382. So, to get the return on equity, the formula is net income divided by average shareholders equity. Net income is equals to negative 13,014,516 divided by average shareholders equity of 60,343,382. The result is negative 0.22 or negative 0.22:1. For every piso of invested capital, it yielded negative 0.22 of net income. So, good day everyone. I am Tixol Lisa Jean, the next presenter. My assigned task is return to asset ratio and return on equity ratio. Return to asset ratio, the formula is net income divided by average total asset. So, to get the average total asset, here's the formula. Current total asset plus previous total asset divided by 2. So, the current total asset is 169,953,629,407 plus the previous total asset is 153,446,471,975 divided by 2 is equals 161,700,050,691 hundredths. So, let us go back to return of asset ratio. Return of asset ratio is equals to net income divided by average total assets. So, in net income is equals 14,471,288,065 divided by average total asset is equals 161,750,691 pesos. So, the result is 0.1 or 0.1:1. Every piso asset use, it's yielded 0.1 of the net income. So, the next is return on equity ratio. The formula of return on equity ratio is net income divided by average shareholders equity. So, to get the average shareholders equity, the formula is current shareholders equity plus previous shareholders equity divided by 2. The current shareholders equity is 115,970,314,095 plus the previous shareholders equity is 109,767,733,832 pesos divided by 2 is equals to 112,869,037,463. So, let us go back to return on equity ratio. Return on equity ratio, the formula is net income divided by average shareholders equity. So the net income is equals to 14 billion 471 million 288,65 hundredths divided by average shareholders equity. So the average shareholders equity is 112 billion 869 million 37,463. So the result is 0.13 or 0.13 is to 1. So for every piso of invested capital, it yielded 0.13 of net income.
Good day, this is Mary Christine Bakers. For the last part of our video reporting on the financial performance of Universal Robina Corporation and Mond Nissan Corporation, I will be discussing the conclusions drawn from the analysis of their financial ratios and providing recommendations for each company. Our finding shows that Universal Robina Corporation has a stronger liquidity and lower debt, but Mond Nissan Corporation excels in asset utilization. However, Universal Robina outperforms in profitability. We recommend that Mond Nissan Corporation should improve liquidity and address its negative net profit margin. For Universal Robina Corporation, enhancing asset utilization is advised. Both companies should maintain prudent financial leverage. Implementing this will strengthen their financial performance for sustainable growth. So that will be all. Thank you, and we hope that you find this analysis insightful.